And we're back. And today we're just doing some chores around the house here. I got my little workstation set up. I've been grassing the place up. You can see I've planted some cactus here. I'm going to plant some more cactus around here just because it's the cactus factory. And I've been putting a little path over here. This mud brick kind of pathway. This just distinguishes this side from the other side. I'm going to be melting the oak and the dark brick or the mud brick together over there. So that's the plan anyway. But yeah, I have to continue putting grass in this area. Or I should say moss. I spent the first part of today just getting a bunch of moss, farming up moss. And that just means going to a location that's unattractive and that I'll never actually play in, and just making a big hole in the ground by mossing it all up. Moss and bone meal. It's a great thing about having access to infinite bone meal is that you can just moss it up. Anyway, this is going to probably be mud bricks I'm going to put in later. But along here I want to have grass. Is it just me, or are these little cubes very glitchy? Let me tell you why. Earlier I came in here today, and there should have been two guys, and there was just one guy. Yesterday I came in here, and there should have been two guys, and there was like 15 of them. So I don't know what's going on. Let me get my buckets out. I figured I might as well go ahead and do this. I haven't been doing this as much as I should because I've been too busy building. So we scoop that guy up, and we make two more. And my chest inside is all full of blinkies right now, so this is what I'm doing. Gotta farm those cubes. I got plans for those cubes. I think I'll just come down to right about here for now. I don't want to get too far out ahead because I'm not quite sure exactly where I'm going to be laying out these next houses and the next animal pens. But anyway, like I was saying earlier, all the moss and the grass in this village, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be coming around with bone meal, and I'm going to be adding a little texture, adding a little bit of texture to the whole situation. But anyway, doing something like this is, and let's face it, it was either this or you go into the nether with me while I'm building my little expressway towards spawn, and I figured this would be a lot nicer to make a video of, because videos in the overworld I think are always more pleasant to look at than nether videos. But anyway, I was doing some work around here earlier today, and I was just thinking, we have this problem in this country right now. All these communists have pretty much taken over the Democrat Party, and now they're not even afraid to come out and just proclaim their communism. They want to take over private businesses. They want to abolish the presidency. They want to get rid of the Supreme Court and the Senate. They want to do all kinds of crazy un-American stuff. You know, I'd like to ask them why it is that every culture in the world is worth preserving, and we must revere every culture in the world as sacred, except the American culture. You know, if they want to have communism, why not just go to a communist country? And that's when I thought of a perfect way that we could have everybody be happy, except for our enemies, the Chinese, who want to destroy our country. And I was just thinking, what a great punishment it would be for them interfering in our elections, for them cooking up COVID and releasing it into the world. Wouldn't it just be perfect justice if we rounded up all the communists in our country and just give them a free luxury cruise ride over to China? Wouldn't that be nice? I feel like we'd be doing them a solid. And also, at the same time, it would be worse than dropping a biological weapon in China to pay them back. You could just see Trump calling up President Xing, or whatever his name is. Yeah, this is what you get for messing with our elections. We're going to give you a whole bunch of quality citizens, and now they're your problem. I think that would be so great. it would serve China right. And I think a lot of these communists, after living in China for a while, would suddenly get a little bit homesick for America, and they might even decide that maybe communism ain't so great. Maybe communism is not the thing. Because I honestly don't think there's any other way that they're going to learn their lesson. You see, I grew up in the 1980s. And in the 1980s, Russia, or back then it was the Soviet Union, was communist. And I remember when I was a little kid, seeing the movie Threads on TV, and it scared the crap out of me. If you don't know, the movie Threads is all about America and Russia going into nuclear war. And that was a big scare back during the 80s. Everybody was afraid that we were going to have a nuclear war with Russia. It's not a nice feeling. And so I learned from a very early age, communism bad. But these little whippersnappers today, these little college-educated morons, they have no clue because they never had to live through that. And they're in complete denial, and they're so convinced that their professors are a bunch of geniuses that they never are going to learn. Because, you see, it's really hard for people to learn when they think that they already know everything. I found that out, that it seems like really stupid people who think that they know everything, they're immune to learning anything new. But I think a nice little vacation in China might be just what the doctor ordered. Now I'm going to have to... I know I already have so many sand blocks, it's ridiculous. But I can't stand to see them go to waste. You see my green shulker box? I always color code my shulkers. There's a reason for that. That way I can just look at the shulker box. I know I could rename them on the anvil, but why do that when you can just dye them a certain color and then you always know which color holds what thing. Like my rocket shulker, always the red shulker. Oh man, this is not something I wanted to do. But it's what happens when you're yapping and not paying attention to what you're doing. But if I can lay down this moss quick enough, then I can still capture these guys. I also need to keep in mind that there's going to be a path running from here over to this road. But I'll dig it out when the time comes. Right now I'm just going to grass everything up. So, while I'm doing that, maybe we can enjoy the deliciousness of picking up all the little bloopity bloops. Okay, buddy, what do you got? Oh, yes, let's see here. Absolutely nothing. Okay. He has some dark oak saplings, but I've been farming some dark oak. I plan on using it in a build one of these days, but I'm not quite sure when or where. You know, I had a weird idea today of possibly building a Minecraft equivalent of the Alamo. This is something I've never tried before, but that might be a nice little landmark to put here. The Alamo. What a great story that was. It was a beautiful tale of don't mess with Texas. Okay, I think I'm going to make a little room here and go take my sand back to the sandbox. But before I do, I don't know if you noticed my new gateway here. It's completely 100% villager proof. You see, villagers can't open gates, and they can't jump up anywhere to get out here. But anyway, I also designed the other gate on the other side and the gate on this side too. I've been just doing little things here and there, just enjoying playing Minecraft. You know, I got the dragon fight out of the way. It's really nothing bad that can happen to me now, right? You see, I put little buttons around the top there. I sort of changed the trim in my house too. You gotta love it. I think it looks real nice. It sort of finishes that off pretty good. It's just the little things. But yeah, you'd think that I wouldn't be saving all this sand, but you never know when it's going to come in handy. Because I tell you what, a lot of times I use sand for just filling in Enderman damage and caves that I come across. I used a lot of sand terraforming over there, but I got a lot of sand. Here, let's go around this way so you can see the other gate. I designed this gate earlier. From the outside, it doesn't look like that much. It looks a little bit better from the inside. But I'll be putting a gate across here, making it so that the villagers can't go scampering off. Let's check in on my little Blinky in here. Okay, both little Blinkies appear to be normal right now. I don't know what happened earlier, but one of them disappeared. And the day before, there was like 15 of them in there. It's crazy. I think Minecraft is still working out the kinks, working out the bugs. It's a pretty new addition to the game, and sometimes that happens. Minecraft will have some bugs that they don't address for, say a couple years. But that's perfectly fine. You know, they could come out with no updates, and I'd still be pretty happy with this game. I wouldn't foresee anything that would make me want to get rid of it. Some companies, they like to use updates to ruin their games, but Mojang's pretty good about not doing that. Although I know there's a lot of people out there that think that the combat update kind of ruined the game, and so they don't like playing anything past version 1.9. You seen these people? Yes, and there's some other stuff that I've been noticing. You know, I watch some Minecraft videos, so my YouTube recommendations often contain a lot of Minecraft stuff in it. And so every once in a while, I'll check out something new, just to see, you know, okay, so what's this guy do? How's this guy doing? You know? And one thing I've noticed about a lot of new Minecraft content creators lately is a lot of them talk like this. Yes, today I'm building a little fort, and it's going to be beautiful. And it's a beautiful day here in Minecraft, and I'm thinking, what kind of people want to watch this girly boy play Minecraft? I mean, if I wanted to listen to a little sissy play Minecraft, then I'd watch my niece. Sorry, Josie. But anyway, and another thing that I noticed, there's a fellow who goes around calling himself the Bob Ross of Minecraft. I have to take a special exception to this. I'll bet you this guy's so young, he never actually even watched Bob Ross when he was on the air. I'll bet you this guy doesn't even paint. But because he speaks in a calm voice, he's glossed himself the Bob Ross of Minecraft. Now I take a little exception at that because I actually watched Bob Ross when he was on the air on PBS when I was a little kid, and I had taken up painting. And other than my tutorials and my tutoring that I got from a church lady named, well, I don't know if I should say her name. Oh well, she's probably dead by now, for crying out loud, because she was old back when I was 12. But her name was Ruth Hudson, and she gave me painting lessons. And when I wasn't at her classes learning how to paint, I was watching Bob Ross. And let me tell you something, Mr. Bob Ross of Minecraft. You ain't no Bob Ross. And I take exception to that because Bob Ross was a very special man. And you completely trivialize his memory by claiming to be the Bob Ross of Minecraft. If you're going to be the Bob Ross of Minecraft, then at least learn how to paint. I don't know. It's not like I dislike the Bob Ross of Minecraft. I just don't watch him just on general principle because I feel like he's trivializing the memory of a great man. Because Bob Ross was not just a very competent painter. I have my issues with Bob Ross. I felt like he would ruin his paintings towards the end by putting weird-looking little lopsided shacks in them. But other than that, he painted beautiful mountainscapes. I loved his mountains. He had a great technique for using the palette knife to highlight his mountains and put snowy slopes on them. I'm speaking as somebody who has seen every Bob Ross, not Bob Ross of Minecraft, but every actual Bob Ross episode. You see how I actually I tied this jungle into this over here? I'm wondering if that's going to be okay, or I think it looks okay. I think it kind of blends in nicely. Oh, sleep time. Better head over to my sleep station. Wow, that's 2 days in the tank already. Time flies when you're having fun. Oh, look at this. This is going to keep this from growing to its full height. Stupid pink flower. Yes, but this is starting to turn out real nice. I just love the moss greenness. I mean, I do use a little bit of regular grass here, but that's only just to sort of set off the real bright green. You know how some people have got yards that are a little bit dying? Well, that's this guy over here. This guy's lawn needs a little water. Meanwhile, this guy over here takes really great care of his lawn. And look at it. Of course, it's not going to look that neat pretty soon because I'm going to bone meal this all up and give it a little bit of texture and depth. But first, you just have to set down where all of this stuff's going to go. Yes, it's looking nice. It's coming along. But yeah, I'm thinking, let me know what you think about that. I'm thinking about putting the Alamo over here. Building the Alamo, seeing how this is kind of a little Texas Canyon Lake area. I know the Alamo's not in Canyon Lake, but it's near close. I mean, it's near enough to. See how nice that looks? We have this nice long stretch along here somewhere. And maybe what I'd do is I'd put it back here. Because there's a large area back here that could accommodate a large, Alamo-style building. And that way, it would be facing in this direction. So that way, when you looked at it from across the lake, you'd see the front of the Alamo. If I had the Alamo sitting over here looking out over the lake, then when you walked on the path behind it, you'd be like, what's this building? Oh, that's the Alamo. The real distinguishing feature of the Alamo is, of course, the facade. So that's what I'd want to have featured. So I still have to sort of plan the layout of it if I do it. I'm not saying for sure I'm going to do it, but it was just an idea that occurred to me earlier today. Another thing I was doing today, real quick before the episode ends, look at it. Look at the lack of trees around here. Somebody's been doing a bunch of wood mining. And I'm shaving down this hill up here because earlier when I was flying over, I thought, man, there's so much beautiful land over here. Who knows what I could do over here? I don't just have to build everything over in the desert. You know? I could build some kind of a castle or some kind of big manor up here, or who knows? Maybe I'll clear this whole area out and turn it into a golf course where we use these sulfur cubes as our golf balls. That might be an idea. That might be an idea I could get behind. But anyway, thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see y'all next time.